It's all covered in today's China Truths.
Forget everything state media has told you about the C919. The truth is far darker than any propaganda headline. By 2025, China's homegrown large jet has turned into nothing more than an industrial corpse kept alive by political pride and endless taxpayer money. Across Chinese social media, people are no longer cheering for it. They are holding a funeral online as four explosive rumors spread like wildfire. The C919 has suffered repeated breakdowns and delivered only a single plane this year. Chinese airlines have secretly turned their backs on it, ordering 1,000 new Boeing and Airbus jets instead. The United States has completely cut off engine exports, and the most extreme claim says that 200 C919s have already been grounded, stripped for spare parts. Whether these rumors are fully true or not, they all lead to one undeniable reality. The C919 project is dead. It did not collapse because of Western pressure. It rotted from within. It died of corruption, arrogance, and the obsession with creating a political symbol rather than a working airplane. From insiders in the supply chain, the financial sector, and even within the military, a consistent picture emerges. The C919 is not a product of engineering success, but a national myth on wings. The C919 was never built to conquer the skies. It was built to please Zhongnanhai. Its mission was not to compete, but to obey. In the civil aviation industry, profit depends on one crucial factor: fuel efficiency. But the C919 burns 15% more fuel than its global rivals, the Boeing 737 MAX and Airbus A320neo. That is a death sentence in aviation. Every flight is a patriotic money burn, disguised as national pride. So why do state-owned airlines still buy it? Because they are ordered to. The entire business model is political, not commercial. It's a closed internal cycle. One arm of the state buys from another, while taxpayers foot the bill. Imagine a wealthy father with two sons. One runs a profitable airline, the other manages a failing aircraft factory. To save face, the father forces the successful son to buy planes from his brother. The family looks prosperous, but in truth, it's just money moving from one pocket to another. Strategically, the C919 was doomed before it was born. The project began in an era when China's leaders still believed globalization would never turn against them. They built a Chinese jet powered by Western parts, from engines to flight control systems. 2 decades later, that dependence has become a trap. The C919 may look Chinese, but its heart is Western. Inside China's aviation bureaucracy, turf wars between the Aviation Industry Corporation of China, AVIC, and the Commercial Aircraft Corporation of China, COMAC, have crippled the program. The domestic engine project, the CJ1000, developed by the same team behind the unreliable WS1000 military engine, has faced repeated breakdowns and delays. From day one, the project has been poisoned by dysfunction and infighting. If the C919 cannot fly profitably, cannot compete strategically, and cannot even produce on schedule, why does Beijing keep pouring billions into it? The answer is simple: political theater. The C919 exists not to serve the skies, but to serve the party's narrative of national greatness. Insiders reveal that COMAC secretly stockpiled dozens of American-made engines just to maintain the illusion of progress. As long as one plane can take off for the cameras, state media can declare victory. Whether it's safe, efficient, or sustainable, none of that matters. By mid-2025, the decay is impossible to hide. COMAC promised to deliver 30 to 35 aircraft this year, but insiders say even 10 would be a miracle. Production lines crawl like workshops, not factories. Skilled engineers are leaving. Suppliers are collapsing. Officials call it slow and steady progress, but that's just a slogan to mask failure. What the public doesn't know is that most of the planes delivered so far aren't true production models. They are experimental prototypes, each one slightly different, each one a work in progress. You think you're getting a C919, an insider revealed, but everyone is a new version. Comac calls this iteration, in truth, it's desperation. The C919 was meant to be a symbol of China's rise. Instead, it has become a mirror reflecting its decay. It reveals a system where politics overrides expertise, where image matters more than performance, and where national pride is built on illusion. What was once hailed as a triumph of Chinese aviation is now a monument to wasted ambition, bureaucratic paralysis, and blind nationalism. And behind every televised takeoff lies one quiet question whispered by those who built it. How long can we keep pretending this plane can still fly? The hidden collapse behind China's pride in the sky. For years, Beijing called the C919 a triumph of national engineering. But behind the stage lights and smiling pilots lies a financial nightmare so deep that even state media dares not whisper it. The real cause of the C919's stagnation isn't in the hangar, it's in the bank. According to an insider close to the project, the aircraft's biggest problem isn't production but money. A black hole has opened inside China's aviation financing system. Institutions like Avic Trust and China Securities, once pillars of the project, are now accused of reckless mismanagement and possibly illegal operations. The result? A chain reaction of financial collapse spreading through every level of the supply chain. As liquidity dried up, Comac and its subcontractors scrambled for survival. Some reportedly resorted to short-term speculation to fill the gap, a gamble that only deepened the crisis. Bills went unpaid, suppliers stopped delivering, and when the financial bloodstream of an industry stops flowing, the entire body freezes. Factories halted, assembly lines went silent. The C919, China's dream of the skies, became an aircraft without a pulse. This is the darkest truth behind the 2025 delivery delays. The C919 isn't stuck in technical development. It's drowning in financial quicksand. The great betrayal. China's airlines turned their backs. Then came the next shock, the so-called silent rebellion. While Beijing proudly declared that airlines had ordered 1,000 C919s, the truth was the exact opposite. Behind closed doors, China Eastern, Air China, and China Southern were quietly pivoting to Western jets. In June 2025, Bloomberg revealed a stunning deal. Chinese airlines jointly placed orders for 500 Airbus A320neos, while another 500 Boeing aircraft were already being finalized. On paper, they were loyal to the Communist Party. In reality, they were hedging for survival. The math is simple. The C919 burns 15% more fuel and costs far more to maintain. No airline, not even a state-owned one, can survive with planes that lose money every flight. So, while the government forced them to sign political contracts, the airlines made their real investments elsewhere. Official propaganda bragged that 16 C919s were in service during the Lunar New Year. But independent aviation data told a humiliating story. By mid-2025, each C919 flew an average of only 2.6 hours per day, compared to 9 or 10 hours for Boeing and Airbus. These planes weren't flying. They were idling trophies, parked for show, too expensive to use but too symbolic to abandon. America's grip, a jet with a foreign heart. If financial collapse was one wound, the U.S. export controls were the knife twisting in it. The C919 may carry a Chinese logo, but its heart and brain, the engine, avionics, and control systems, are American-made. In 2025, the U.S. first froze, then selectively lifted export bans, proving total control. Washington now holds the switch to China's jet program, turning the C919's lifeline on and off at will. The much-hyped domestic engine, the CJ1000A, remains years away, optimistically 2030, realistically closer to 2035. Until then, every Chinese-made aircraft remains one export license away from extinction. Faced with collapse, Zhongnanhai has been weighing 3 desperate survival schemes, each more reckless than the last. Beijing has reportedly asked Airbus to include an extra LEAP 1A engine with every A320neo order, planning to divert those engines to Comac to keep the C919 flying. By purchasing 100 Airbus jets annually, China hopes to secretly secure enough spare engines to assemble 50 C919s, a desperate trade that exposes its dependence on foreign parts. Meanwhile, hardliners in China's aerospace sector have proposed using WS-20 military engines from the Y-20 transport aircraft. Engineers call it reckless, a noisy, inefficient, and unsafe design for civilian use. Yet some officials insist, as long as it flies, it's enough. The last plan isn't really a plan at all, just waiting for geopolitical luck. Maybe Boeing faces another global scandal. Maybe Airbus stumbles. Maybe Washington looks away. But hope is not a strategy, and certainly not an engine. 3 plans, 3 dead ends, and 1 cold truth. Without foreign components, the C919 cannot breathe. Some claim that 200 C919s have already been grounded. That number is exaggerated. Total production hasn't even reached 30 aircraft. But the rumor itself reveals something deeper, a growing national anxiety. People know that even if 200 planes existed, the next U.S. sanction could turn them into scrap metal overnight. China's independent aircraft now stands as a symbol of dependence, an illusion dressed in red and white paint. Every rivet, every wire, every takeoff hides the same secret. Without Western parts, the C919 cannot fly. The C919 was meant to prove China could soar on its own. Instead, it has become the clearest proof that it cannot.
Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We will keep reporting on the COVID surge in China, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos. And thank you for tuning in.